That's Barnaby Phillips. Now, Estonia is expecting another night of violence after authorities in Estonia's capital, Tallinn, began exhuming Soviet war graves a day after a controversial Soviet-era statue was removed. That move sparked 2 nights of rioting in the city and a diplomatic row with Russia. On top of the war of words, the real fighting on Estonia's streets goes on unabated. Matthew Moore now reports.
The most violent rioting Estonia has seen since breaking away from the Soviet Union continues into a second night. Gangs shouting pro-Russia and pro-Estonia slogans shadow each other. All the while, Estonian police fight to reclaim the streets of Tallinn. Rioters smash bus stops, shop windows, and throw missiles at the police. This man nearly catching the legs of shield-carrying riot police. The rioters trample an Estonian flag. The police respond hard. This officer cracking his truncheon on his shield and down onto the protester's head. Reinforcements arrive in the form of truck-mounted water cannon. Blank explosives are fired that get the protesters running. In this bloody night, 66 people, including policemen, are injured. 500 were detained. The night before, 1 person was killed. The tensions that have existed between Estonia and its 300,000 Russian speakers have erupted because of the removal of this statue of a Red Army Soviet soldier from a central square. Its removal outraged some ethnic Russians who see it as an insult to those who fought against fascism during the Second World War. Estonians tend to think of it as a reminder of what followed, half a century of Soviet occupation. Russia itself is considering severing links with Estonia. Its sacrifices during the war are a very sensitive issue in Moscow.
We're incensed by what's going on in Tallinn. The worst thing is that in the course of breaking up the protest at the monument, our compatriot has been killed. We forcefully and strongly demand of the Estonian side that they share with us all necessary information to arrange an investigation and to punish the guilty.
On Saturday, Russians, some dressed as Red Army soldiers and with an inflatable tank, protest outside the Estonian embassy in Moscow, chanting, "We remember our forefathers' heroism."
We're planning to continue our picket until the Estonian authorities make an official apology to the Russian authorities.
Back in Estonia, people fear this row will go on and that more violence is coming. Matthew Moore, Al Jazeera.
Well, that's all for now, but coming up later in the programme.
I felt the whole house shake. I could not believe it.
A rare, admittedly minor earthquake in the English countryside shocks the locals. More on that later. Now, though, it's back to Doha.